the Any and Everything Show with your hosts, Jake and George.
Well, hot damn.
Diggity dog.
It has been longer than a minute, as the kids say.
Yeah, what did we say? August 20th?
August 20th, our last episode 93.
And here we are, damn near November 20th.
Yeah, we we're living our best life. Gas is high. The weather's getting cold. We're just out
Today it's
here.
nice.
Yeah, but we've it's been it's like that transition in the year where you go from nice summer days into that like spooky Halloween season, and then we're kind of in that like beginning of hibernation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where things start to get a little bit more dreary. It gets darker
Until
earlier.
the holiday season.
Exactly, but this is like the calm before the impending Christmas storm,
Jeez.
holiday storm. You know what I'm saying?
You make it sound so joyful.
Well, you know, when you're paying $5 a gallon, you gotta think of something.
$5 a gallon.
And it's getting there.
It's not even at 4 yet.
I know, but you're gonna blink and it's gonna be at 5. I just noticed that because I filled up on my way over here. What are we talking about? Welcome back. If you're a day one listener, we appreciate you sticking with us through the thick and through the thin. If you're just joining us, well, welcome. George and I, we get together as much as we can. We each episode we open up a beer, we drink it, we review it, we talk about it. But we don't just talk about beer because that would be a little crazy.
Silly.
We talk about a little bit of any and everything because in this crazy, crazy world, which we can all see it is, there's just way too much to talk about. George, am I right?
Jake, you are right.
Been a while since I've spoken those words.
Spaking.
Yeah.
Well, you did well, Jake. That sounded au naturel.
Sounded like day one.
It sounded, well, maybe not day one, but it sounded like we never left.
But it's good to be back. It's good to be sitting across you know, in a podcast form. Like we've seen each other.
Back in the studio.
Yeah, we've seen each other.
We've been paying rent on this studio for months.
That's true. I know. The electric bill is through the roof.
Yeah.
It's getting cold out. Living in the Northeast, you got to keep those pipes thawed. You know, I don't want to get those pipes frozen.
Never.
But yeah, it feels good. Episode 94, I believe this is. So we're nearing in 100.
We are.
If
anything, we have to make it to 100.
yeah, we're not going to make
whether
it
it
to
takes us 3 months
Yeah.
or 3 years.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to have 100 before the new year.
Well, never say never.
All right, yeah, maybe if we really knock them out, if we really stay committed.
Mm-hmm.
No, we can't. It's 6.
Two a week.
2 a week. People can't handle that unless they can.
We
Who
can
knows?
barely handle it.
Yeah, it's good to be back in the studio. A lot of things have been going on, which is a big reason why we've been so absent.
Mm-hmm.
New jobs.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
That's about it. Schedule's just
Schedule. Yeah. Well, you're coaching. You're
not anymore. I'm done.
Oh.
And now here we are.
Here we go. Look, that's why it happened.
Yeah.
Like life gets busy, man.
Yeah,
And
you
like,
started a new job. You're in the thick of it.
Yeah, and people say, well, why don't you just do it remote? But
Where's the fun in that?
there's no fun. It's a different energy, and also we have to correlate like getting the same beer because like if we're just reviewing different beers, it's just like not fun.
We could easily coordinate getting the same beers,
but
and just meet up like once a month
yeah.
and just like buy 4 beers
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's a good point.
and then split them up.
And just have it planned, right? Yeah, like if we do planning,
Yep.
as normal people do, if we prep anything, then
we
things
prep.
will go much
We prep.
smoother.
We're just like only like 10 minutes before we hit record.
Yeah, but like that's I think that's
Yeah, there's
almost
no
the
fun in
of
it. That's the whole point.
Yeah, it's true.
If we're not having fun, who
Yeah,
else is
it's
gonna
that
have
element of surprise.
fun? Yeah,
Um,
something like that.
but I say we open the beer
Mhm.
and then we can just kind of catch up because we haven't seen each other in a while, and also, you know, I guess talk about things that have been happening all around us.
Mm-hmm.
But you brought the beer usually, as always. But
Usually, as always.
Mm.
Yeah. So actually, this is
it's a familiar face.
leftover beer from
Make it sound a little bit more appealing.
from Rachel's bridal shower.
Wow.
Actually,
Okay,
I'm
so
pretty sure.
this is leftover.
and so this is from Drowned Lands. as local as almost local brewery can get.
Local as local news gets.
Yeah, something like that. Drowned Lands in Warwick or Pine Island, somewhere in New York.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Fresh Terra.
Fresh Terra.
It's a double IPA, 8.1%, 16-ouncer.
Yeah, she's a big girl. Drownlands is a really cool place. We've been there a couple times. They made, like, it used to be some sort of, was it a prison
Psych
or
ward
a psych asylum?
I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
You can never tell now because it's completely redone. But like, it's a really cool place, real rustic, and all of their beers, from what I noticed, are very not heavy, but they're very hazy. They have a lot of really hazy beers. Like all of their beers, whether they're IPA or not, have like a haziness to them. And I think I don't know if I had this Terra, but I had some version of.
Yeah, I think they have a lot of IPAs.
Yeah.
Is their options.
They're very, very craft.
Yeah.
But they're all really good.
So far, so good.
You have a first sip impression over there?
Yeah, I got one.
All right. Let me know what you think.
My first sip impression, Jake, would have to be. Now, I don't know if this is necessarily a true first sip. I feel like I've had this one live and off the tap, you know?
Yeah, maybe me too.
But this one today, here, now,
In the flesh.
in the flesh, in the can, is going to have to be an A-.
Wow.
Yeah.
High remarks right off the bat.
Coming back, shaking the rust off.
It's real good.
Real good. Oh, it's good.
Good body. Good
real good.
flavor. Like the initial like fruitiness of it is real good.
Mhm.
Real good. This is real good.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go B plus.
Okay.
Right around there. It's real solid.
Real solid.
Nice and cold,
That's for sure.
as most beers should be.
Yeah. It actually says on here, it says dirt rich. Slow down, stay a while. Take off your rote. I don't know what that is.
Rote.
And then on this side, it says meet me at the Drowned Lands. Glad to see you. Keep cold.
Keep cold.
So, Jake, what's a rote? ROTE. Oh, look at this. Bring a computer to the party.
If you had to guess, what do you think it would be?
Well, you have to take it off. So I'm going to say it's a jacket of some sort.
Take off your rote. Right here we have a noun: mechanical or habitual repetition of something to be learned.
So it's not what I thought it was at all.
How is it spelled? R-O-T-E?
ROTE.
How do you use rote in a sentence?
Take off your rote.
By singing the alphabet song throughout the day, my daughter is learning her letters by rote. So I guess by repetition and habit. So take off your rote. Maybe that means like, break your habit, your routine. Like kick back and relax, maybe.
I guess.
I mean, we're learning on the fly here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it means.
But I felt like this sometimes in English class, though, when I would just read sentences and like 60% of the sentence didn't make any
Context clues.
sense to me. Yeah. Yeah, so like as a context clue, you'd think take off your rote. Got to be some sort of
Break from your.
like it makes it sound like it's a physical item.
But you're saying it's break from your.
Maybe
Break from your routine.
I don't know.
And meet me at the Drowned Lands.
I don't know.
Anyway,
everything
Jake.
is learning things by rote, memorization, habit.
Anyway, Jake.
I guess. Anyway. Educational podcast as always.
That's right.
Well, there you go. That's the more you know, right there.
The more you know.
Rote is not.
Or the less you know. I feel like I came into this and know nothing more than I did already.
Yeah, you're right. But what's been going on? I mean, I know you were coaching.
I was coaching. That's true.
Soccer. How'd you guys fare?
So I don't know how much I said about it on the podcast in our last episode.
May have
maybe
touched on
glossed over it. But yeah, so I was the freshman high school soccer coach. First time ever.
Long time.
First time ever. And I enjoyed it. So, I mean, it took up a lot of my... I mean, I had free time, but it took up a lot of our podcasting opportunities because I wasn't home or done with soccer until like 5:30, and then it's dinner time, and then whatever.
But I had to let you spread your wings.
That's right.
You got to get out of the nest sometimes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Peacock's got to fly.
that they do.
But I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was an experience. I learned as I went. And the freshman team, I think, won 2 games. So, that's
okay,
right.
but were they against? What, are we talking some hard opponents?
I think we beat Lakeland, which is always nice as a West Milford.
Yeah, it's a rival, a
alum.
local rival for all our global listeners. You know.
Yeah, I think we tied Lakeland 3-3, and then we beat them, so that's good. And then we beat a school called Blair Academy, which it's a high school. It's a private high school, which costs to board. It's a boarding school. To board your child there at high school is $62,000 a year.
Well, I'm glad you beat him then.
Yeah.
That's insanity. That's more expensive than the college I went to, by far.
Which you didn't go to a cheap college either.
No, it's a private institution.
It actually might have been $66,000 a year to go to this high school. Something over the 60s.
That is absurd.
Yeah.
But
I learned because one of the kids just kept talking to me on the sidelines for whatever reason, like from their school, just kept talking to me. And he told me that he's actually a skier. And at their school, like some of the other schools around our area, you have to participate in sports. So at this boarding school, you have to participate in 2 sports. He said because they don't have a PE class, so it's kind of like their exercise, I guess. So a lot of the kids go to that school with one sport in mind, like one focus sport.
Okay.
So like he's a skier, he's going to ski and, I don't know, go to the Olympics or something crazy. And then he has to pick a second sport, so soccer just happened to be that. So a lot of the kids like wrestle or ski or play basketball, and then they just have to pick another one, so they pick soccer. So their soccer team wasn't, at least freshman-wise.
Like their backup.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It seemed like maybe only a couple kids were primarily soccer players.
That's all right.
That's all right. We won. So it was our
Win's a win.
It was our and my first win. So it was pretty cool.
So are you a loud coach? Like, is there a lot of yelling that goes on? Not like at the players, but
no. So it depends who you look at and compare me to, I guess. Like, I think mainly because a lot to do with because I was the freshman coach.
Yeah.
You know, freshman is more about like developing and teaching, and you know, by the time they get to varsity, you know, they should have a good idea of
their fundamentals should be like
so freshman is more fundamentals and working and teaching some of the kids who don't play club or travel growing up.
Got it.
A lot of the kids came from rec, and rec all you do is kind of
run around.
The best player gets the ball and goes and whatever. So you kind of have to teach a lot. So I found myself kind of not yelling at the kids, but like yelling instructions out a lot of the game.
Yeah, it's like, remember what I told you 3 minutes ago.
Like how many times do I have to keep telling you guys this kind of thing? But never really yelling at anyone.
Never demoralizing people.
I would like not to think so, at least. But so if you compare me to some other coaches who it seems like all they do is scream and not necessarily positive things, I'm not a loud coach.
Right.
But then not to put our JV coach under the bus, but he's very quiet. Like almost sits on the bench a lot. Like doesn't say a lot. So compared to him, I'm a loud coach.
Got it. Yeah, it's got to be like a tough. Because
so I had some parents say like, oh, it's or one of the refs is who reffed a lot of the freshman game is actually from West Milford and knows me. So like we would talk a lot after the games. He's like, it's nice to have a freshman coach who is like telling the kids what they're supposed to be doing in situations. So I guess it hasn't been like that in years past.
Yeah, because like freshman's tough. It's like you want, you're trying to like mold players into being good varsity players like down the road.
Right.
But you also...
Right, the freshman is all about setting up the future of the West Milford soccer program.
Right, but you also don't like want a bunch of kids just running around in circles.
Right.
So I feel like coaching too, like I've always wanted to coach in some capacity, just because I've gotten a lot of value out of good coaches, like through, just my career in
athletics.
Yeah, athletics, but in school. I've always like taken a lot of value from coaches. So it's always like you kind of have to figure out what kind of coach you are, because every type of coach has their own like.
Right. You have like the jokester, like the big brother type. You
Yeah.
have like the father figure. You have the disciplinarian.
Yeah.
You have the
Yeah.
There's all kinds of different ways you can go about coaching, I guess.
So I guess it's almost good that it's kind of you had your first coaching experience as a freshman coach, because like it doesn't put like insane pressure on you to perform,
Right.
as if you were just to be put into like a varsity.
Right, and I
position.
kind of liked it that it wasn't like, oh, I'm just teaching my son's rec like
right
kindergarten
there's
team.
a little bit more
Like it was like
substance.
I
to it.
had to like really focus and pay attention and
Yeah.
care about it, because it was like it's high school sports,
Right.
freshman or varsity, whatever. It's people and parents still care and they take it a little more seriously. So it was nice in that aspect, but then it's also like freshmen, so it's like it's just the freshman
Yeah.
team. We get it, like
It's a good balance.
like it's like a learning experience for the kids just to be in a more serious environment.
Yeah.
But like it took a couple weeks for me to like learn how to like run a practice and stuff.
Yeah, that would be the
And, like-
hardest thing for me.
And like I never coached anything from a sideline before, so like I'm used to playing
Mhm.
and like worrying about my position and what I see on the field. So like staying on the sideline, I found myself like following the ball a lot, and then like having to like, oh, that's right, I gotta remind like the defense what to do when they're not next to the ball,
right,
and
right.
what everyone should be doing off the ball. And while I'm talking to these people, I have to also keep my eye on the ball a little bit and make sure I don't miss something important going on.
It's not as easy as they make it out to look, you know.
Well, I guess some people are just born to be good coaches.
That's true too. Some people just have that. But
I wonder
won't
if this
know.
is loud.
What, the garage underneath us?
Yeah.
Our studio. Well, we're on the second level studio. It's it's good and bad.
Yeah.
You want to be street level because you get a lot of cars.
That's
but
true.
Then above level, you got to deal with the tenants down low.
Mm-hmm.
No, but that's good. It's cool that you're able to do that.
Yeah, and I think I did a good job.
That's all that matters.
If I think I did a good job,
I think
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess I would know if I did a terrible job. I don't know.
that's true. It's almost like a no news is good news type thing. Like,
Yeah,
if
but
you
I
had
could still be like
complaints-
bad. I could be I could be below average and probably never know.
Yeah, but as long as there's no complaints, I feel like you're in the clear.
Right.
That's really all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. I know that takes up a lot of time. I haven't been doing many athletic things really. I hurt my finger.
Oh, your finger.
I know it sounds so pathetic.
Yeah, but it affects the one athletic thing
But
you've been
yeah,
doing,
that's so true.
which is rock climbing.
And the annoying thing about it is that they might be listening, but our friends from Colorado
Oh,
came
they?
in. Yeah, they. We don't speak of our friends out in Colorado.
Is that a reminder to get you back on track?
Yes. Every 5 minutes, I send a little beep to my phone. To say,
What was
"Hey,
that? What was I
bring
just
it back
talking
in."
about?
They were coming home for AJ's wedding. One of our good
Mhm.
friends got married, and as most of them do when they get together, they climb.
Mm-hmm.
And since I'm into climbing now, I was pumped to go climb with them.
Right.
So,
Then you shut your finger in a door.
well, no, I was. We all got to the gym. There was about like 6 or 7 of us. We were all giddy, having a good first like 15 minutes of saying hi to each other, and started warming up. And literally on my second climb, I was at a new gym, and I just was not warmed up enough. And Ty told me to try a problem that I knew I shouldn't have done, just because like I knew it was hard enough,
Right.
like too hard for me to do. And I popped my finger, which is a very common climbing injury, where like you basically just like, it's like a pulley in each of your fingers, and it basically just, so you sprain it. It like pops out of its, and it goes numb and tingles, and it gets sore. And I'm like at least a month in of like recouping it back, and it's like still tender.
So did you climb the rest of that day?
No, not really.
Right after that climb? Right after you felt that pop?
Yeah, I didn't know if I would
Well, quit playing with it, Jake.
Well, no, the whole thing with it is like, it's not like a lot of other injuries where you're supposed to rest and like ice it and keep all weight off. Apparently, with these finger injuries, you're supposed to actually mimic.
That's
the
what I was going to
pain.
ask you, if you've been like carrying around like a stress ball.
Yeah, have like those little arm pads for like a mouse for a computer,
Right.
with like the beads.
Stop carpal tunnel.
Yeah, I just kind of carry it around and I just squish it all during the day. But they say you're supposed to like mimic the pain so that your hand can build up new tissue there. So it knows that like there's pain there. I have to rebuild. So I've just been like going to like just the standard normal gym with Megan, and we've been like working out a little bit.
The
here
standard normal.
Yeah. So I haven't been climbing per se.
Right.
I did get a bike. I ended up getting a bike because I wanted to start riding my bike with my friend and riding into work. But as soon as I got the bike, it got cold, and it sucks riding a bike.
Who buys a bike when it gets cold, Jake?
Honestly, the timing was not great. My fiance said
you probably could have bought one in a couple months on a discount, maybe.
this one was a discount.
Or maybe
Which is why I
you
got
bought it at the right time, leading into winter might be.
I think
the most
I think
discount.
it was a good discount, but like the timing sucked. And
Where do you keep it?
right now it's on my patio, like my balcony.
Yeah.
But I got a hook and I'm gonna hang it in my room, like kind of by her bed.
So, for those of you who don't know, Jake lives on the fourth,
yeah,
the
so
third floor, right?
yeah,
Third
yeah, yep,
of an apartment.
yeah. So like getting in and out.
Yeah. So
sucks.
how you gonna go for a ride?
I
do-
just
You
will.
walk it down to the elevator?
Yeah, we take the elevator down.
Does it fit in the elevator?
It does. Yeah, they're big elevators because you can put like beds in the elevator. They're like those service
They don't
elevators.
seem that big. Oh, is there other elevators? Where you
No,
bring
just the
furniture and
elevators
stuff
that
up?
we take up.
Really?
Well, the one that you come up in the middle.
Yeah.
That's not a service elevator. That's
Okay.
a smaller one.
Okay.
The corner ones are a little bit bigger. You know, you can get your couches and stuff in there.
Makes
but
sense.
Yeah, I got a bike. Rid it. I rode it.
Rote?
I rode it once.
R-O-T?
I wrote it once. Yes.
Oh, nice.
I rode it once with because I had to get it tuned up and everything, and like it was my first time riding it with like those clip shoes.
Did you get tuned up?
Yeah, because I got it from a guy
Oh, a guy. A bike guy.
who rode it a bunch as a commuting bike, like he would commute to work.
Mhm.
So he's like, yeah, just make sure you bring it in and like get it all like looked at and cleaned up, and so I got it back. Tried to do like the whole like clip in thing. So I went to like a big open parking lot and
Wait, you're clipping your feet in?
yeah.
I think I breezed right over that the first time you
Yeah,
said it.
yeah, so
Why?
Well, because my friend across the street, he's a big biker.
Yeah, you think you can keep up with him?
No, but he won't just like blow me out of the water when we go for a ride. But we haven't gone for a ride yet.
But why are you clipping in?
Because that is the best way to go for like a proper bike ride.
Proper.
But I have pedals that allow me to use normal shoes on one side and then clips on the other side.
Interesting.
So I can just ride it as a normal bike too.
It's good to know.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like I would never want to be. I
it's
was gonna say clipped
nerve-wracking.
into anything, but you know,
Yeah.
I used to snowboard and ski when I was a kid.
It's
and you
got the
clip
same
into
kind
that.
of feeling though, where it's like,
But like
in
riding a
beginning,
bike, sometimes it's nice to like be able to put your foot down because you
you
can
can
tip.
put your foot down. You twist it out. Like
Yeah.
it's just a like a quarter turn of your foot and it pops out.
Yeah.
That's the whole part. It's like learning how to properly clip it.
like stay clipped when you
Yeah.
want to be and
Yeah.
unclip quickly if you have to.
So it's a whole new world. I'm gonna probably get much more into it next year when it's like not 40 degrees out, but hopefully I get back to climbing soon. My finger's starting to feel better, but I don't want to push it.
Did you go see a doctor for that, or you just
This
the
I
old
didn't.
WebMD?
This
for it?
I didn't. I talked to someone in the rock gym, and it was like a telltale sign of exactly what happens to a lot of people.
He's seen it a million times.
It's very common, very very common. But that's the extent of my athletic happenings.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't really do much. But the thing was, being a coach for soccer, and I played soccer when I was in high school. I played sparingly here and there after high school. Less and less as the years have gone on.
Yep,
It feels like. But I was like, I'll if we have odd numbers or something, I'll jump in there. And I'll be the extra man. The first couple times I could run around for maybe 5 minutes, and like just winded, just like my chest was paining. Like I was like, oh my god. They're like, are you all right, coach? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Just run this drill with an odd number. You'll be
You're
fine.
not a young whippersnapper anymore.
No. But as the season went on, I was like, I kind of got some legs back a
Mm-hmm.
little bit. Still nowhere near where I imagined I would be. But so that helped. That's probably the most physical I've been in years, like consistently.
Yeah.
Play some adult softball.
Yeah, that's one thing I really want to do next year.
You don't have to be super fit. Like it's not super physical.
I just feel like I always miss it. Like every year I'm like, oh, we're definitely playing softball next year, and then we go to the park and I see softball going on. I'm like, God damn it.
Well, so I don't know how it goes in your town, but
Me
in
either,
our
obviously.
town, there's 3 seasons. So there's a men's over 40 season. So you have to be over 40 years old to play that one. Then there's a female women's league.
Okay.
18 plus for just women, and then there's a co-ed league, which I play in, which is 18 plus for co-ed.
Sounds like that's the only one that we're eligible for.
That's just West Milford, though. I don't know about Stamford or any neighboring towns, but you might go to the park and see the men's league going on and think you missed it, but still can sign up for a co-ed or an 18 plus league.
I wonder if my company has a team.
What you should do is find your local rec department.
Yeah, honestly, I guess now, you work in the rec department.
That's true.
It's probably something you don't think about when you move towns. You're like, oh,
well, it's funny because I'm sure there's a lot of people moving in and out of West Milford, and we get calls sometimes, but maybe once a month. We get a call oh, hey, I'm new to town. I'm looking for any men's basketball leagues. Oh, hi, I'm new to town.
You're happy to point them in the right direction.
Well, obviously, yeah. A lot of the stuff they're looking for is stuff that we do. So it's oh yeah, we got exactly what you're looking for. Or it's oh, I just moved here and I have a 2-year-old. Are there any programs for them? So
all right, maybe we'll give them a call.
If anything, calling your sounds like a nice big advertisement for us, but if
anything, your local rec department.
If anything, calling your local town hall
we'll put the number in the bio.
Town hall or rec department will be able to at least connect you with someone who knows how to help. We get calls all the time about Meals on Wheels for elderly people. And that's not directly through us, but we know the number. We know the number to give you. We know the guy.
Yeah, we got the guy. Yeah. We know the Meals on Wheels guy.
Right, that's right.
He's a good friend of ours. The local rec. It's like Parks and Recreation.
It is. I've never seen the show.
You haven't?
That's the reaction I get every time.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. It's if you're you work in a certain field and people try to relate pop culture to whatever field you're in, you're you haven't seen?
Yeah, I know. And it's it seems like it's not universally, but majoritively loved as a show.
Yeah, it's
at least in my circles.
Yeah, I've actually. A lot of people compare it to The Office, which it has that same kind of
mockumentary.
Yeah, zooming in cameras, looking into the camera, a bunch of those kind of that feel to it. But they recently added Seinfeld to Netflix, and Megan and I have been rewatching it, and dude, I think Seinfeld blows every show out of the water.
It's pretty good.
It's one of
underrated, but it's still the top 3 show for everybody. Not everybody, but it's probably a top 3 show guaranteed. But it's underrated still.
So it's just so good. I know there's a lot of people who are oh no, I've never. It's an old show.
I think it throws people off that it's old.
Yeah,
people don't like the look of it or whatever, or their parents watched it. So
it's
they
still
don't watch it.
So relatable though, which is so unbelievable that they were able to do that. Find scenarios.
Well, they just did such common things. One episode I remember, George has a issue with a candy bar, and a whole episode's based around a candy bar.
I know, I just watched one
that's never gonna get old.
I just watched one on when and when not to say God bless you to someone who sneezes.
Right, and that's
it's that is still so relevant.
Right.
It's just the stuff that they're able to do is so funny. And if you have not given it a chance, this is the kick in the butt. It's on Netflix, and I would say
just about everyone has access to Netflix.
Yeah, someone's got their cousin's brother's account.
Right.
Just go on and give the first 2 episodes are good enough to get anyone hooked, I think.
You think?
I think so.
So I think that's what happened to Parks and Rec.
Hilarious.
That's what happened to Parks and Rec with me. I was told to watch it
just never
years ago. Started it. Maybe got a couple episodes in or whatever, and just didn't grab me for whatever reason.
You have to be grabbed.
You have to be.
That's the if you can't, especially in this day and age, if you can't get someone's attention in the first 3 seconds of anything.
3 seconds.
Yeah, think about how fast we swipe up or down on things that have no value to us.
How good was our first 3 seconds this episode?
I mean, I hope
There's already a seeded out in your mind.
I hope it was good enough. I
hope.
said
You can only hope.
I think I said
I said,
hot.
I said.
I think I said hot damn. So I hope I think those are my first 3 words
You
of
think
the
that's
episode.
what did it? You think that's the 3 seconds we needed,
But
Jake?
again, the hot damn, like someone could think
Someone's
that,
got to find out what he's talking about.
Yeah, someone could think like I got to keep listening, or someone be like, well, that guy sounds like an idiot. And I'm okay with either.
Whatever gets him to stick around.
I guess we can go a little bit longer in this first half since it's been a while. I think we're right around the half-hour mark, but we'll push it to 35 minutes.
Wow. It's your lucky day out there, listener. Or we could just go to break.
Yeah, we could. We could. I didn't know if I wanted to leave it here talking about Seinfeld, but I guess we could.
Just tease the whole second half, Jake.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back. We got I was denied an alcoholic purchase for the first time in my life as a 28 going on 29-year-old at a grocery store.
You told this story.
Not on the pod though.
Was it not on the pod?
No, I told it to you off air.
Things just get mixed up now.
I know. So, stick around to hear about that.
What a radio tease.
George's thoughts on everything pumpkin spice, because we're in the midst of the flavor season.
Classic. You've been listening to a lot of the radio, Jake?
Not really, actually.
Sounds like you're really teasing a commercial.
You told me to tease the second half.
Well, you're doing a good job.
That's pretty much it.
I say let's just go to halftime, Jake. We can make the second half longer by 5 minutes. Or 10.
Right. Stick around because we gotta.
Well, stick around for 2 more seconds because we got a word to give you.
Yeah, we do.
Rote.
Habitual.
Habitual.
Repetition.
I'm just habitually repetitioning this into my mouth. Up and down.
I'll give this one. Buzzin'. It's got a good buzzin' vibe to it.
Like the old Swayze song.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a good song. Wow, I haven't heard that one in a while. I wish we could just play songs that are popular.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Are you allowed to do it for more than 10 seconds or something like that?
I'm not gonna.
That'd be a great song
answer,
to play into halftime.
Would be.
Yeah, buzzing. Beer's got me buzzing. First episode back in a while has got me buzzing.
You buzzed?
Not buzzed, but buzz in.
Mm.
Like a worker bee over here.
That's right.
All right. We'll be back after this brief message. And we're back. Just like that.
Need longer microphone arms.
Yeah, you do. Sometimes you want to just kick back and chill.
I know.
But you also need that good audio quality, so you got to be up to the
be
mic.
Upright.
Upright.
Yeah,
we should talk about the elephant in the room, or I guess the turkey in the room.
Yeah.
Gobble gobble, baby.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know,
yeah,
today very well could be Thanksgiving.
Yeah, or tomorrow,
or
I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving yesterday,
or this could be 7 months after Thanksgiving that you're listening to this.
And let me tell you, was it a good feast?
Or today could be Jake's birthday.
It could be, which is on Turkey Day.
Yeah.
This year. I was born on Thanksgiving.
So you ruined it.
But
doesn't your mom always say you ruined that day for her?
No, actually. No, it was actually she likes Thanksgiving because she was able to eat turkey after I was born. She because apparently you're not really allowed to have back in the day you weren't really allowed to have any type of cold cuts.
Oh.
Because of some bacteria in the
Gotcha.
meats, but
so you were born and she went to
she
town.
was like, let's go.
All the cold cuts and turkeys right now.
Yeah, so that's Thanksgiving's a big deal in my family.
Yeah.
I think maybe mainly because we have a decently big family, so it's always a good time to get together.
It's also your birthday.
It's to celebrate
Jakey Poo.
Me.
The rinky dink Jakey Poo.
But yeah, I'm a
Jakey Poo.
Rinky dinky
Jakey Poo.
Okay, that's enough.
So speaking of that, Jake, this was suggested by my girlfriend to say some Thanksgiving facts.
All right, so we'll just skip right over this.
Oh, you had something else before that?
Just kidding.
These are 10 Thanksgiving fun facts. Not
Oh, okay. So
not 10 fun Thanksgiving facts.
10 Thanksgiving
Fun facts.
fun facts. Okay.
Weird wording, but we'll see how it comes out. Number 1, Jake. Can you guess the first year Thanksgiving took place?
Can I guess the first year Thanksgiving took place? Like a modern day Thanksgiving? Like when it was like initially called a holiday?
I'm just going to let you go for it.
I don't know. 1506.
No. The first Thanksgiving took place in 1621.
All right. So
although there are several accounts as to where the first Thanksgiving celebration took place, the most well-known version describes the inaugural Thanksgiving as a 3-day pilgrim celebration that took place in 1621 at the Plymouth Colony, now Plymouth, Massachusetts.
that's cool. So I bet you think Plymouth must throw absolute ragers during Thanksgiving then.
Maybe.
Like
You would hope so.
that'd be like
And then, over 200 years later, President Abraham Lincoln issued a proclamation declaring the last Thursday in November as a day to give thanks. It wasn't until 1941 that Congress made Thanksgiving an official national holiday.
the 40s, huh?
Yeah.
So for like 400 years,
Mm-hmm.
they were just
They were just eating turkey
eating turkey.
and no one knew why.
They're feasting. People were like, wow, it's like kind of a weird day that we just get together and eat some
like,
turkey
just
and
like
cranberry
Just
sauce.
a Thursday here. We're just eating.
And then like some guy brought a petition around and said, we should damn well make this a holiday.
Yeah. And cranberries will be brought up later on this list, Jake. Okay, number 2. Every Thanksgiving, the president pardons a turkey. Every year since 1947, a ceremony known as the National Thanksgiving Turkey Presentation has been conducted at the White House a few days before Thanksgiving. During the ceremony, the current president of the United States is presented with a live turkey. The commander-in-chief does not eat the turkey. Instead, he pardons the bird and spares it from being slaughtered. After being pardoned, the turkey gets to live out its days on a farm.
How much do the other turkeys hate that turkey?
I don't know, but you know what? I feel like they just like lied to us right there in that fact, because whenever like the stereotypical thing when a family pet dies is it goes to live on the farm. So what they just said to us was,
saving this one.
Yeah, no, this one's been pardoned. And they also had pardoned in quotes.
Yeah, because like no one ever sees that turkey again.
Yeah.
Like after that turkey.
Oh,
is,
these are the 50 presidential turkeys that are still living. There's just one farm, has all of them.
They're like the turkeys that all the other turkeys like hate because they just like were saved and now they just like live a lavish, gluttonous life
on the presidential turkey farm.
That's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, but
what a weird
in
tradition.
that fact, it says he pardons in quotes the bird and spares it from being slaughtered. And then it says it gets to live out its days on the farm. A farm, but not
a farm. Like, if I was the president, or I guess if that was a tradition, and someone handed me a live turkey, my first instinct would be like, oh, well, thanks. Like, I'm not going to let you kill this. Like, why are they offering it to the president? It's such a weird
tradition, Jake. Since 1947, you going to break tradition?
No, I guess I just don't get it. Like, where was the thinking being like, you know what we should do actually for Thanksgiving? Why don't we take one of these turkeys and instead of killing it for people to eat, we just give it to the president? And they're like, oh, awesome.
And he'll pardon it.
And it's like, that sounds great. Like, what's the president going to do with the turkey?
Is he going to eat it?
Like, oh,
is that going to be is that going to be the turkey at the White House that they're going to eat for presidential?
Like,
no.
No. What are they gonna, no, I think he's just gonna like hold the turkey up and say, "I pardon this turkey."
You think that's how he does it?
So we're gonna give him
like
a turkey.
Lion King style.
We're gonna give him a turkey, and then he's gonna like say thank you, and then just like turn around and hand it off to someone else to take the turkey away. Like, there's like the president gets nothing from that exchange.
Yeah. Well, a little 5 minutes of fame. All right, let's try and keep this on a timeline here, right? So the first Thanksgiving apparently took place in 1621, right? That's what they're saying. So just imagine a timeline here.
So 1492 is when Columbus sailed the ocean blue, right?
Sure.
Wasn't it 1492?
I think so. Maybe 15? 14.
I think it was 1492. So it took them a while.
All right,
to-
anyway.
Okay.
We're not worried about other events, Jake. It's Thanksgiving only here. Imagine the timeline in your
All
head.
right, I got it.
1621, first Thanksgiving, apparently. It wasn't until 1941. So 300 320 years later it was finally an official national holiday.
Okay.
So 1941, it's now a holiday. Then it took them 6 years to start pardoning turkeys.
Okay.
So 1947, they're like, wait, we gotta at least save one a year. We're eating too many damn turkeys. All right. Then we go back before it was even a national holiday. Macy's has put on a parade. This is fact number 3. Macy's has put on a parade every Thanksgiving since 1924.
20. Okay, wow.
So 20 years before it was a national holiday, Macy's was just running a parade of turkeys.
Interesting.
Yeah, the tradition of the annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade began in 1924 in New York City. The parade was originally known as Macy's Christmas Parade and was created to help spur the beginning of the Christmas shopping season.
And then
the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade was put together by Macy's employees and featured animals from the Central Park Zoo. These days, giant floating balloons are the parade's primary feature.
wow, I wonder if there was like pushback being like, guys, it's not even like officially Thanksgiving yet, and we're pumping out a.
Well, they weren't. It's like you didn't listen, Jake. It wasn't
I
a
did.
Thanksgiving parade at first.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like why we put where it's not even Thanksgiving yet, and we're already having a parade for Christmas.
Well, Thanksgiving wasn't a holiday yet. It was 20 years before it became a holiday.
Oh, okay. I mixed up my dates there.
Yeah. So 1924, Macy's started having a, what do they call it, Christmas parade. And then in 1941,
After it was declared.
1941 was declared a holiday.
And they're like, no.
And then they're like, wait a minute, we got to at least change
This
the
is
name
a
to-
big deal.
Yeah.
All right. People love Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to make a whole damn parade for it.
Fact number 4, Jake. Thanksgiving is the busiest
Travel day?
day of the year. That's right.
I have heard that. I don't know why. Because, like, I feel like.
The American Automobile Association, AAA, has estimated that over 42 million Americans travel 50 miles or more by car over the holiday weekend. Another 4 million people fly to visit their loved ones for the holiday.
Well,
Doesn't compare that to any other holiday. Like I was going to say, like maybe Christmas, but I guess you don't. It's not really a religious
yeah.
event.
And also,
It's
most
an
of the time.
American event.
Most of the time, weather is not affecting it.
Also true.
Like, November.
But what I'm saying is people celebrate Hanukkah,
Mhm.
Kwanzaa, Christmas, whatever else in the holiday season of winter.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving's just like a national holiday.
Yeah. If anyone's going to put a date for people to get together to eat,
Mm-hmm.
people are going to
And then it seems like Thanksgiving Eve is like the biggest drinking day of the year.
Yeah, heard that too. I wonder if it's just that like myth of like people coming back to their hometowns. And,
I think
like,
that's
getting
it.
together. And
Is that a myth?
I don't
or
know.
is that a
I
fact?
feel like that's just what I've heard over the years of like coming back to your hometown and like all your friends are back from college and
Right.
like, you know.
Speaking of over the years, Jake, Thanksgiving dinner hasn't changed much over the years.
You don't say.
The food eaten at the first Thanksgiving feast in 1621 was not too different from our modern standard. The pilgrim's meal consisted of turkey, venison, waterfowl, lobster, fish, clams, pumpkin, squash, berries, and fruit.
That is that's a feast.
Aside from the seafood, most of these foods are still staples of our present-day Thanksgiving
Yeah.
dinners.
Yep.
Lobster and clams and fish and venison and
And-
pumpkin.
I think a lot of Italian families have seafood on Christmas, I believe.
Where are you getting that from? Just making that up?
Yeah, through the vine. I feel like I've just heard that through
Through the vine?
over
Over the
through,
years?
like some Italian people.
Oh, you don't say.
I got
Okay.
Italian people.
Let's just move on, Jake. Fact number 6. You might know this one. This one might ring true in your head.
All right.
Americans
Mm-hmm.
eat a lot
Yeah,
of turkey. That's fact number 6.
it's just a lot of turkey.
Americans eat a lot of
No
turkey.
numbers to it. We don't like numbers. We just like to.
It'd be even funnier if they didn't explain it and just moved on to fact number 7, but they do. While there's no official reason why turkey is the quintessential main dish used in Thanksgiving dinners, except for the reason they just said before that turkey was eaten, but it was likely the most plentiful type of meat in Plymouth Colony in 1621.
Oh, okay.
We've carried on the tradition of eating turkey for Thanksgiving dinner ever since. According to the National Turkey Federation, over 95% of Americans eat turkey on Thanksgiving. Around 280 million turkeys are sold during the weeks leading up to the holiday.
But except for that one gets pardoned.
One gets pardoned.
Lucky son of a bitch.
So 280 million and one turkeys are up for slaughter, and one lucky bastard gets. He literally wins the lottery.
He does. That's basically like your 1 in a million chance, but now it's 1 in
280 million.
Good for him.
Hits the lottery. All right, number 7. Cranberries
Yeah.
are more than just a side dish. I'm a big fan of cranberry sauce.
Yeah, and I'm not.
Yeah, I feel like you either love it or you don't even eat it.
Which is interesting too, because I have a sweet tooth. I prefer sweet over savory, but for some reason
That's the only sweet thing on the
cranberry,
except for
doesn't
sweet
do
potatoes,
it
I guess.
for me.
I don't know why, Jake.
Yeah.
Cranberries
Mhm.
are one of cranberries are one of only 3 fruits considered to be native to North America. Native Americans were the first to reap the many benefits of cranberries. In addition to eating them, indigenous Americans used the red juice from cranberries as dye for clothing, rugs, and blankets. They also included cranberries in medicine to treat arrow wounds and other ailments. Native Americans believed in the medicinal use of cranberries long before scientists discovered their health benefits. Nowadays, cranberries are an essential side dish in our Thanksgiving feasts.
Yeah. Oh, that's it's very popular. I think I'm in the minority when it comes to the cranberry juice.
Maybe.
The juice, the
Sauce.
the sauce.
The sauce.
Yeah, interesting. Like, I like cranberry juice though. Maybe it's just a texture thing for me. I don't know.
Could be.
Or I think it might just be that, like, since the whole meal, like most of the meal is all, like savory, it throws me off when you're throwing in like a sweet little dish in the middle of it. Like, I feel like it should be part of the dessert, It's kind of like it has no business.
It's not good enough it's not sweet enough, I would think, for dessert, though.
Yeah.
It's not really.
And they make, and like you always have on the table, it's like, oh, here's the fresh cranberry sauce. And then like there's always that 1 or 2 people that like really loves that can where you just like, it comes out.
Well,
in
then
the
you gotta
mold.
slice it. You can't just put
but
it
it
down
still
like
has like the.
You can't put it down in the shape of the can.
I mean, at that point, it's still got the grooves in it and everything. You
It looks
slice
just
it.
like a can. It looks like a
Yeah.
clear can.
Yeah, it's just not my thing. People put like on their turkey.
I
But
do.
You know what?
You
though?
know what?
Like,
You know what it is for me. I don't really enjoy gravy that much. I almost use my cranberry
Oh.
sauce like gravy.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I love gravy.
I mean, I'll eat gravy, but when there's cranberry sauce, I opt for that instead of gravy.
But I am a little bit of a hypocrite though, because I do enjoy that like leftover sandwich when you put like the turkey stuffing.
I think
and
that's
all
the
that
best
stuff.
part about Thanksgiving is
I'll put a little bit of cranberry sauce on that sandwich, but at that point, it's acting like a condiment.
Mhm.
It's not like.
You put gravy with that too?
No, I don't usually put
On
gravy
the
on
sandwich?
that extra sandwich for some reason.
See? Because you don't need to, because the cranberry sauce
Yeah.
acts like a gravy. It's almost
know.
like the liquid that moistens up the sandwich.
Maybe this year will be a revolution. Maybe it's.
I also make my sandwich during Thanksgiving a lot. I'll get my roll and put all my fresh
Yeah, that's true. I don't know why I
ingredients
don't
into
do
a
that.
sandwich.
Like everyone, you just divide it up into that nice looking plate, but like,
Mhm.
why not just go for?
Well, I put it on the plate and then I get my rolls and I make them into the sandwich.
Yeah, get that nice picture for the Instagram.
I guess if that's what you're into. The wishbone tradition is much older than Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
Turkey's wishbones are commonly used in a good luck tradition on Thanksgiving. Usually the practice consists of 2 people tugging on either end of the brittle bone while silently making a wish until it breaks. It is said that whoever wins the larger piece will have their wish granted. The tradition dates back to the Etruscan civilization circa 322 BC. The Romans brought the tradition with them when they conquered England, and the English colonists then proceeded to carry the tradition to America.
Huh, all right.
And then the final fact. Watching football is a central part of most Thanksgiving celebrations.
Yeah.
In the United States, football is a major part of many families' Thanksgiving celebrations. This tradition dates back to the first ever football game between Yale and Princeton, which was held on Thanksgiving Day in 1876. Since then, watching football has become synonymous with Thanksgiving. It's interesting to think that one football game played in 1876 would have such a lasting impact on a seemingly unrelated holiday.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true. I actually didn't know that the first football game was played on Thanksgiving. That's an interesting fact in itself.
1876, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Before it was a national holiday.
Yeah.
And then, I do watch Thanksgiving or football. All
Yeah,
Thanksgiving
football.
usually.
Yeah.
Because they space them out where there's 3 games, and you can just sit there and watch them all day.
Yeah, it is nice. Like Thanksgiving Day, I feel like is so long, but also so short. It's one of those days like it's an entire an event.
It's a whole day.
It's a whole day. From the now we're old enough too, where usually wherever we go, like I'm a little bit more involved in the process of whether it's like setting tables and like.
See, where I typically go, this year I'm going, I think at least, maybe not, but think I'm going to Ariana's grandparents' house. So I don't know any of the traditions that I'm going to have to do necessarily.
Well, you better watch out.
Prep-wise.
Yeah.
But where I typically go is I don't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I go, I sit down, I eat appetizers.
I mean, that's the ideal.
Hang out, watch some football if it started. If not, just hang out with family. Go eat. And then go back to the couch where everyone has that tryptophan digest. That's classic.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't be a podcast in the studio without the
It
phone
would
ringing.
not.
But couch, turkey, back to the couch.
I hear you. I don't think anyone's gonna pick up the phone, so let's just dance. All right, there we go.
Joke's on you.
Yeah, the tryptophan, man. It's a real deal. I wonder if turkeys sleep a lot. Like, I wonder if it's something.
You know those presidential turkeys.
Oh yeah,
They sleep a lot. Once they know, they've been pardoned.
Dude, what a weight off your chest, you know?
Yeah.
Like once you see the White House, there just must be this
They made it.
release.
It's like the pearly gates.
Yeah, literally. Oh my gosh. I'm a huge Thanksgiving fan. But it's so funny though, because maybe 2 years ago, Megan and I were in the store, and we were walking down the aisle, and we saw the stuffing.
Mm.
We're like, why don't we eat stuffing more than just once a year?
And
So we got the stuffing.
uh-huh.
We made like a mock Thanksgiving with some green beans and mashed potatoes and all that fun stuff, and we got like a little like rotisserie
Chicken.
Yeah, we didn't get like full turkey thing.
Yep,
So we did and we made a little, and we're like, why can't this just be more of a thing? It's like, 'cause it's always that one meal.
Well, you say that because we did the Thanksgiving thing this past weekend. The Friendsgiving.
Oh yeah, Friendsgiving.
I
Yeah, I was bummed I couldn't be there.
I know. Were you guys still in Florida?
We were not.
Yeah.
We were up north.
Anyway, yeah,
North
we
Country.
did the Friendsgiving thing last weekend at Ari's house. Had some people over, and we didn't do the turkey. Someone brought the turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Our good friend and listener to many a podcast, Joe Ricca, did it, and his family. And so that was a big, time burden and burden in general off of our back as the hosts. But we went to a christening or a baptism. Which one's it? Like a younger one? Christening.
Christening would be the younger one. Yeah.
So
wait. Yes.
like a baby.
No, I think baptism is the youngest.
Either way, we did that in the morning and didn't leave because then you have like a lunch afterwards, and didn't leave until like 3:00. Got back, grocery shopped on the way home for whatever we made. We made stuffing, green beans, and something else, and maybe something else, and then also cleaned the house for 7:00. So it was
That's a lot.
So we did it all in 4 hours, including driving home. But I feel like the turkey probably is the most time-consuming thing. So as long as you're not making the turkey, if you're buying a rotisserie chicken, you can get a whole Thanksgiving done in only a couple hours.
That's true. I don't know the actual rule, but I think a turkey is like a half hour per pound. Yep, first thing this comes up, how long to cook is a turkey.
Well, this is the time to Google that.
I guess. Yeah, so I would say on average, you're working with like an 8-pound turkey.
Sure.
8 to 14 pounds. They say like half a pound per person. 12 to 14, you're looking at 4 hours.
Right.
So
that was our whole prep time, included cleaning the house and everything.
And I always remember like my mom would take out our turkey, like
you got to take it out days before.
Yeah, she'd take it out the week before. So I'm thawing the turkey. Like, Mom, you got like 9 days.
You have to.
Yeah, it's a big turkey.
The rec center where I work, we have a community bus that goes around. So we have a bus driver. His name's John. He's an older guy. Funny. But, he stops in, fills up his water bottle because we have the water cooler in where my office is. So he stops in, usually just quick chit-chat, what's going on? How's your day? How's it going? Like, almost, that quick chit-chat that leads absolutely nowhere.
Yep.
How's it going? Living the dream?
Yep.
Okay.
See you later.
Yep. Not even see you later, just like a salute on his way out kind of thing. And then one day recently he came in and said, you know what? I want to go to ShopRite Thanksgiving morning and just stand by the frozen food section or the meat section and just watch all those fools buying frozen turkeys the morning of.
You think people do it?
I was like, if people are doing it, that would be interesting to see who's going to pick up a turkey the day of.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because you do need days.
Yeah, even the ones that
ones
that they sell like early on that are fresh, like they're not frozen.
Mm-hmm.
You're still supposed to leave them out to thaw to be at like room temperature before you cook them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a nerve-wracking meal, especially for people cooking for family for the first time or bringing a dish. Like, people put a lot of pressure on themselves to have like the best.
The best?
Yeah, like the best turkey.
Yeah.
Making like all the like timing too. Like it's crazy. You gotta like make sure you're.
That was one thing I was really impressed with that me and Ari pulled off was the timing of everything. Like some people started showing up when the food wasn't totally ready, but when it was ready, it was all ready. Like bang, bang, bang.
Gotta get it hot.
Yeah. So that worked out pretty well actually.
Yeah, but you're like if you're having a family over, like if you're cooking for let's say 15 people, right? You're hosting.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't have the space in your kitchen. You got to have like multiple things in the oven. You got the turkey taking up the whole oven.
True.
You want to put other things in there.
True.
So that's why you got to ask people to bring
that's
some
why,
stuff
yeah,
over.
people bring stuff. That's like the best part.
Don't be a hero.
Don't be a hero.
Ask for help, especially on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's the time of giving, the
That's
holiday
right.
season.
That's right.
And with the holidays coming up, Christmas especially,
Mm-hmm.
or any birthdays you know of, you can always head to our store, anyandeverythingshow.com.
That's right. I was just talking about it today.
Pick up some sweet merch. Yeah, George's sleeves are getting a little small.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm getting...
Your arms are getting longer from coaching and waving a bunch.
That's right. Hey, go that way.
Arms are stretching out. That could be it.
Or it's just shrinking. But either way,
Mm-hmm.
I, as well as you out there,
Yeah.
should be purchasing some merch.
Yeah, I'm getting my mom that sweatshirt actually.
Are you?
Every time I wear mine over, she
In
goes,
this
"Where can I-"
color?
She's like, "Oh my gosh, where can I get that?" I'm like, "Mom, what do you mean? Where can you get that? I told you a million times. We are the ones that created it. I can get it to you whenever you want for no cost."
Right.
And she goes, No, I need to buy it. I need to know where to get it. I'm like, Mom, I've sent you the link a million times. But yeah, if you want to get some, we got a bunch of things. We got socks, shirts, sweatshirts,
Hats,
crew necks,
polos,
yeah,
long sleeve, short sleeve, tank tops. I think still.
yeah. And if there's something
mugs, stickers.
If you don't see something you want on there, just let us know. And we'll try our best to.
Yeah, honestly, actually,
put
if
our
you
logo
want
on
a
it.
product and you love our logo so much, just DM us
We'll try our best
or
to.
text us.
We're pretty creative, so we'll see what we can do.
We can figure it out.
Yeah, Christmas is right around the corner. I cannot believe it is almost Thanksgiving and Christmas of 2021.
Yep.
Like 2020 flew.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a forgotten year in a lot of people's minds.
It'll never be.
Yeah, it'll never be forgotten, but it will people aren't trying to remember it.
True.
And then all of a sudden you look up and it's the end of 2021. So here we are.
Indeed.
Almost ringing in the new year.
That's right.
But finally back on track recording podcasts. Feels good. This is a little off topic, but I was having a conversation with a couple of my coworkers, and I got two coworkers that are bald. Like they shave their heads. Yeah.
Okay. Full bald.
Yeah, and they were talking about like a big reason that they went bald was because
they were balding.
Yeah, A, they were balding, but also B, like earlier on, like they had short hair and they knew that they had a decent head for baldness.
Okay.
And I was like, all right. So I was like trying to hear him out, because like I used to always keep my hair really short, like buzz cut, and like sometimes that little flip in the front, like back in the.
That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, those early 2000s haircut, where it's like that little ramp in the front of people's.
I had that
hair. Oh yeah. So I kept my hair relatively short, so I know I have like a decent head, I guess, for
Is
like
it
shorter
aged
hair.
well, though?
Yeah, but who knows? Like I don't know how my head is now, but like the only way you find out if you can pull off baldness or not
is to just do
is
it.
if you go for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a bald cap is not going to be the same shape because you got to hide all the hair underneath.
But the thing is, though, like,
are you thinking about going bald? Is that what you're saying?
No. Like I was just thinking, like, I don't think I would have an issue if I got to the point where I'm like, all right, you know what? I gotta go bald. I just gotta shave it off. I have nothing else in my power. I can't save any more hair. There's nothing I can do with my hair to save my, loss of it.
Right.
I'm not gonna get hair implants. I'm not gonna go through all that trouble.
Right.
So I don't think I'd have an issue with it personally.
Unless you had a big lump somewhere.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Some people might not have a good bald head.
So then what do you do? What's the alternative?
That's what we were trying to figure out.
Oh.
There's a good bald and a bad bald, apparently. Like some people have a bald head.
How bad could it be?
And you know that, like,
I feel like you have to be able to grow a beard. Like if you don't
that's true, because
if you don't have a good bald head, whatever a good bald head is, if you have a bad bald head, you have to have a beard or a mustache.
Yeah, you got to put the focus somewhere else, right?
I guess that's what it is. Yeah.
But you don't want to just go full bald and like just a mustache. Probably not, right?
I don't see why not.
And we were talking about, like, we think that people who don't like their head bald are those who keep the balding head where it's like really nothing on like 40% of the top, and it kind of gets that monk look where it's like they keep the longer hair on the side and the back.
Yeah, those people you don't really understand.
Like if I'm ever at that point,
like bald spots or patches.
That's
like
different.
you understand.
It's like you can't prevent that, but like when
it's like the full on
nothing on top, like
full
it looks
on, like someone just shoveled a driveway of snow down the middle of your head.
Yeah, that's like you're really trying to hold on to, like, you're trying to hold on to sand at that point when you think it's rocks,
Yeah, and you only have hair behind your ears.
Yeah.
Like that's the only spot there's hair left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't understand. Why?
No, yeah, I'm telling you, at that point I'm gone.
I think anyone in their right mind would be. Like a bald spot's one thing, because like pictures you still look like you're fine. Most angles you're fine. There's nothing really to worry about. It's just when you can see the landing strip from your forehead back, and then there's just hair on the sides. That's like that's different.
Yeah, and it's also like it almost puts more focus on it rather than if there was no.
Yeah,
no
everyone looks at it and talks about it for sure.
Like, well, I don't know what that guy's trying to do.
And behind your back, because no one has the balls to say, like, what's going on up there.
Yeah, that's true. But maybe we just, like, at that point, if you know anyone that's like, you pull them aside.
As a society, we have to.
Yeah. I mean, it is. You know, at the end of the day, you do what you want to do. But
They just want to hold on to any bit of hair they got.
holding on to the hair's such a weird thing. Like I've always had like my dad's receding hairline, but like I've had it ever since I was young.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not like losing hair, but I've always had the line where
Right.
it looks like I'm like
Looks like you're losing hair.
receding,
Yeah.
but like it's just my hairline.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, people always say, "Oh no, the hair comes from like the
Your
mother's
side.
father."
Yeah.
And my dad, like he died with like a full head of hair,
Right.
so it's like, you know, am I hoping I'm have his like?
Yeah, like my dad's got a good head of hair, but
He
like you
does.
said, I'm pretty sure it's from your mother's side, and my mom was adopted. So
Oh man, you have
Who knows?
no idea.
I'm in for a surprise.
So you're hoping there was like you got more genes from your father at that point.
Who knows? We don't know.
I wish you the best of
My
luck.
mom's got hair, so that's because
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
Because women can go bald.
Mhm.
It's a thing.
Yeah, but I'm kind of looking forward to like as long as I don't like just go like stay dark brown hair and then just like immediately start to lose it. I want to like pepper in that like
You want a little salt and pepper?
yeah, I want to look like I want to naturally age in my hair. I don't
Hmm.
want to just like lose it, you know.
Fair enough.
Cold turkey.
I see what you did. I see what
Nice,
you
yeah,
did there.
yeah. Oh yeah, going back actually to Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I saw a very funny. Oh, there it is again. I gotta put this on a soundboard. Mommy.
Mommy. Mommy.
I really hope they can hear this. There we go. I saw a funny post and it was like, you're either one of two families on Thanksgiving, and it's like you wake up and you do a turkey trot like 5K
Whoa.
on morning of, or
Uh-huh.
you wake up and you immediately start to have eggnog at like 9:30 a.m. and it's like, you know, if I'm marrying into one family, it better be
Eggnog.
the latter.
Okay, good.
that's what it was. It was basically just someone saying like, if you're, you know, running marathons on Thanksgiving morning, you know, we got to have a little bit of
How many people do you know? Friends, family, enemies, acquaintances do you know who would pick to marry into or hope that their family becomes the 5K family in that scenario?
There's definitely some people who I feel like deep down inside like enjoy that, like who are like just fitness.
Yeah, but if those are their
addicts.
two options, like that scenario, that meme, whatever you just painted was there's two types of families.
I don't know, because if you're so into fitness, I feel like wouldn't you want just like that one day to like not?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like who's gonna pick willingly the like, oh, you know what I look forward to when I'm 30 and married and have 3 kids? Turkey trots.
I would say it's rare, but I bet there's a couple out there. I don't know anyone personally.
I don't know. I
who would
can't think.
prefer
I
it.
can't. No one comes to mind.
I know Ryan, our friend Ryan, goes on hikes.
Yeah.
On Thanksgiving morning. That's a little different though, because
You know what? That's more. Well, Phil and Ryan would also enjoy a glass of eggnog, but I guess that's more.
yeah.
That's if you're leaning one side of the fence, they're probably leaning a little more turkey trot.
Yeah, they might actually. They'd probably prefer.
They're in a different form
yeah.
than they're a different suit
Yeah,
they're in the deck of cards, but they're still the black
yeah, they're the
and we're the red on the
yeah.
eggnog side.
they're a little bit more surrounded by that wilderness, that nature, that outdoorsiness.
Good
So they're
example.
engulfed by it, you know. Whereas us,
Simpletons.
city folk, you know, growing,
City
you know,
folk?
the
You're city
suburbia.
folk. Who you
Yeah,
talking-
exactly. That's what
You're
I'm saying.
city folk.
We're city
don't bring
folk.
that in here.
So, and a lot of our, you know, it's nature versus nurture. You know what I mean? Like, is it what you grow up with? Is it what you're surrounded by?
What are you talking about anymore?
All I'm saying is,
What's the final point you're talking about? City folk and then nurture versus nature.
final point is fill me up with that eggnog
Okay.
in the morning.
Just like us city folk who have
And
been
then-
nurtured
and
and
then-
natured.
Yeah, and then the next day, I'll wake up and I'll go on a little hike with you. All right?
But not today.
Yeah.
It's Turkey Day.
I've earned my carbs.
My
the day
goddamn
before.
birthday.
I'm not earning my carbs on the day of. You know, I'll do my my jog the day before and the day after.
Right.
But on my birthday, by God, am I not exercising?
It's my God-given right.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving. And,
Some of you out there have a great birthday.
Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be 29.
Yeah.
Not even close to 30.
Well.
Still got a whole year.
Well.
I ain't peaking until mid-30s anyway, so.
All right.
We got a ways to go.
Once you get into that softball league, then peak season starts.
Yeah, that's true. It's like once you get to the softball league, it's kind of like your last hurrah, you know.
Oh, jeez.
Don't
get me started, Jake. All right, I'm 2
but
years in already.
You're putting in your final efforts for what you have physically, what you have to offer on the fields.
Yikes.
You know what I'm saying? Because like after that, you just don't function the way we used to.
Yikes.
But you still got years ahead on this.
We're close to 30, Jake, is the point you're making.
Yeah, but you have until at least 35, 36 to be like still.
Hell, with technology nowadays, I could live to 300.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, there's probably injections out there that you could make sure you got that nice elastic arm for years to come.
You're talking about just strictly softball now. I'm going to be in a wheelchair, not even able to speak, but if that ball lands in my arm, I'm whipping it. I'm gunning it
You're
home.
still pitching 60 miles an hour underhand.
That's right.
I don't know if you have a riddle prepared at all, but
Yikes.
usually
so long.
usually when we near the end of our show, when some people apparently drop off, we've heard when we start to talk about the riddle. So I don't know.
So goodbye to those of you who
I don't know if we should
leaving
just
us
nix
now.
the riddle at this point.
You know what though? People do like it on the Instagram. They just when they hear the riddle in the episode, they realize it's the end.
So we just say like, all right, look at our Instagram for our weekly riddle.
We could.
So you don't have to hear us talk about it.
We could actually.
All right.
If that's
We'll do a test.
you know, we're in like season 3 of the podcast right now. I feel like so. You know, changes come with every season. New characters, new plot lines, new structures.
So we'll give it a test.
Okay.
So
really, what we're doing here is just buying time for me to find one.
So are we going to talk about the riddle on the show?
What, the answer?
No, just the actual riddle. You know what I'm saying? Since people die off, should we just say refer to our post for this week's riddle so that we don't lose our audience is what I'm saying.
Well, they're here up until now.
No, they're still here.
All right, Jake, for this week and possibly this week only, this week's riddle.
Okay.
For the last time, maybe.
I know. I can just feel their finger hovering over that 15 second
they're already done.
edition.
I don't even think they hover over that. I think they just slide out and close
Slide
close
out
the
of
app.
the application.
Yeah, they close the app.
Wow,
Yeah, they're
that
done.
hurts.
You know what? They've moved over to whatever song they want to put on.
Dang, we get like a 95% listen rate. And that last 5%.
Is that a stat we can look up? Because it's probably pretty close to it.
It actually is now because we had to officially upgrade because we have enough
Oh.
hours on our site
Yikes.
to not hold
All right.
anymore. So
We'll
we'll
peel
see.
back the curtain, Jake.
We'll see. Then we can really
Peel it back, Jake.
We can really target those people who are dropping off.
All right. Anyway, possibly for the last time, bittersweet. This week's riddle.
R.I.P.
I walked and walked, and at last I got it. I didn't want it, so I stopped and looked for it. When I found it, I threw it away. I thought that was going to rhyme the whole time.
Me too. I really was expecting.
I was really trying to like give the cadence of a rhyme, and it never rhymed.
Really, you confused me.
Right, I guess I just read it. I walked and walked, and at last I got it. I didn't want it, so I stopped and looked for it. When I found it, I threw it away. What is it?
All right.
If you think you know,
Yeah, if you're still here,
it'll
you think
be
you
on
know.
our Instagram, Any and Everything Show.
Mm-hmm.
You can check out our social medias, our emails, our merch store
Mhm.
on our website, anyandeverythingshow.com. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's
You can
really
get in
all we got to
contact with
offer.
us through that.
Yeah, we're easy to find. We're not off the grid, you know. Yet.
Well.
You're planning to go off the grid at some point?
You never know.
So you know what I learned? I learned that when I think of like off the grid,
Mm-hmm. This is like a bonus for anyone sticking around.
Yeah. This is like a little news flash for you guys. Like, if you don't want to listen to the riddle, just press like that, like fast forward 15 seconds, like twice,
3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and you'll be right where we are right now, without the pain of listening to George talk about a riddle.
That's true.
I always thought off the grid just meant like in like a wilderness place where like no one could find you.
Mm-hmm.
But
you can live off the grid in Stanford.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know it just meant like you weren't attached to like the power grid, like the grid of like you being attached to a power source or like a.
Yeah, but you also have to like slightly be unattached to
society,
like phones.
Yes. Yeah.
Or yeah.
But I just didn't know that like it meant like you weren't really attached via the power grid
to the grid.
Yeah, I was like, because I was thinking grid as if like a map, you know, looking over with like the grids, you know?
X and Y axis. And
you're like
whatnot.
off the grid in like this like remote place, which I guess if you were really remote, you couldn't be attached to the power grid.
Yeah, power lines
cities.
don't come out this far, Jake.
Oh,
jeez!
Wow, thrice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, I guess no one picked up.
Yeah, she must think we're all dead. Well, make sure you guys call your moms back. They're always worried. Moms are always worried. They always think the worst. They don't hear from you after like 2 calls. You're dead. You're dead to them, literally. So let's rate this beer and we'll get the fuck out of here.
The Drownlands Fresh Terra Double IPA. I gave it an A- in the beginning.
Yep.
Not quite 9 Club. Really strong though. Good. Not strong in taste or volume wise, but strong performance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an 8-1.
8-1. All right, that's solid.
Which is pretty good for, I think, at least what I remember my ratings usually are.
Yeah, you're a hard grader.
But 9 Club, not quite yet for me.
Yeah, same. I'm 8-3. I think it was real solid. Good, easy to drink. Didn't really feel like it was like a double IPA.
Double IPA, 8.1% is why I gave it an A1, actually.
So be careful with those last few sips because it starts to settle and it tastes a little bit
alcohol-y.
Grainy. Yeah. But yeah, I got some extra down there. Yeah, 8-3. That was really good. They have really good.
They have really good beer.
Really
Check
good
them out.
Beer there. Cool place. If you're ever in the area of Warwick, New York, don't know what would bring you there besides
Drownlands Brewery
and
apple
Penning's
apple picking
apple cider.
and maybe golf.
What's that bowling alley over there?
Pin Street.
Pin Street.
Oh. Like bowling pins.
Yeah.
And street.
Yeah, I just never heard those.
It's also a pool hall in Warwick. There's a lot of stuff to do in Warwick.
Actually, downtown Warwick is.
But for people who aren't from around Warwick, none of that stuff is really travel.
Yeah, it's a cool place to visit, or especially on the holidays coming up.
True.
Main Street gets all fancied up with those Christmas lights, and
true.
Usually, always get a good snow there.
There,
being in the Northeast.
There.
Well, here.
Just like right over there.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We will.
We're back.
We're back. Yeah, sorry for the delay.
If you're still around,
they tried to cancel us. They just can't do it.
Can't.
I think
can't keep us away.
George said the C word on last episode, so we got a bunch of Spotify lashback. You know, couldn't get together.
If only it was true.
Well, it is true, except that the word started with a K.
It's true that I said it.
It started with a K.
It's true that I said it.
So technically, it's not bad.
That's right. It's just a name.
It
was a proper noun.
It is a proper. I wouldn't say proper name, but it's a name.
Proper noun.
All right. Like I've said a million times. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys hopefully next week. Have a fantastic Turkey Day, and happy birthday to me.
Yes.
All right. See you guys next time.
Bye.
See you.
Thanks for listening to the Any and Everything Show.